Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video today I'll be doing on Bitcoin. It is Monday, January 27th, 2020. Lots going on here. So what I want to do is kind of do a little bit of a recap of the last video I did, which was on Friday. And we had a lot of interesting things happen over the weekend, and I want to talk a little bit about the price action so far today, talking about what I'm thinking is going to be happening to the market here. But of course, before we get started, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my humble opinion here on the market. All right, so going back to the charts here, so on Friday, what I was talking about, of course, actually in the days leading to Friday, I was talking about this green box and how this was an important area to be accumulating buys on Bitcoin. There were, again, lots of reasons why. I don't want to blindly tell you that that this was a good time to buy. I want to tell you why I think that that was a good time to buy. First off, we had our 1 hour stochastics that were way down over here in oversold territory. The 3 hour stochastic was down here in oversold territory. The 12-hour stochastic, which is our longer term trend indicator, that is telling us that we were getting close to the bottom here. And of course, since then, the 1 hour, of course, moves pretty quick, right? That's our fast oscillator. Our medium-term oscillator moved up into, into the neutral zone, has completed its cycle. The 12-hour stochastic has crossed up. It's about halfway back to overbought territory, but right now it's still pretty healthy for continuation to the upside. But that's the reason why I was talking about this being a good area to be accumulating Bitcoin. And of course, we came all the way down so far as to about 82.25 or so, somewhere in that general range. But nonetheless, that was a decent target, right? So this was a decent place for us to be paying attention, a decent place for us to be watching. And again, what I'm going to do, let's just take a look here. Again, I don't prepare these things ahead of time, so I'm just going to be kind of taking a look and seeing this where we have basically our push down, so basically our pivot high to the pivot low, rejection of front run of the 50, and then our target here was 82.50, and as we know, we went down to about 82.25. So that was a really great algo target. And you can see that was the bottom of my green box. So that's where I was basically targeting the bottom of this. It overextended just a little bit, but nonetheless, that was good. So we came and we visited this area once, and we came back to it again, and that was a perfect hit, right? So that was a perfect algo, basically software move that this was taking us up a little bit higher. So that was good. And in the video I did on Friday, we were up here in this price area. We had just rejected the 100 exponential moving average, and I had said, we're going to be pulling back, but these dips are for buying. And I was like, we should be buying and I believe at the time I said it was probably going to be 8,300 to 8,350. We did extend beyond that, but that's okay. That's all right. So what we didn't do, and that's important, is we didn't violate this low back here. So the low down here at 82.25 was still upheld, and so that's going to be our 1-2. And then what I'm thinking is that we just completed this three wave. I think we just completed this three wave. We're likely going to come back for a 4, which is probably going to be about 8,600 to 8,550, somewhere in this general vicinity. And then we're going to be making our way up to the 5, which is probably going to be around 8,900. Okay, I'm still sticking to the fact that we might still be on our way up to our big target, which is going to be up here at about 97.50, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's obviously we're not going to go up there this quick, right? It's going to be extended out a bit, probably to maybe the middle of February. But nonetheless, I do think that that this is the start of something a little bit larger. So again, I like to talk about the reason why I think that we're probably done, at least for the short term. I also want to talk about what would violate this and what would basically cause me to believe that this is probably a finished move and we're going to continue to see lower prices. All right, so first off, what I like to do when I see this, I used our trend-based fib extension. We measure the move of the 1, we pull it back and project from the bottom of the 2, and if you see a move all the way up to the 1618, and when I was kind of doing our projections last week, I was projecting a move from down here at like 8350 or so. So I was looking for a move up to 8800, but since we came down so deep, I'm really looking for this move to the 1618, which we already hit, by the way, at about 8725. We went so high as to hit 8760, somewhere in that general, yeah, 8760 right on the nose. So that is, that's telling me that this is probably not an ABC, because an ABC would have stopped here at the 618, the 100, or the 123.6. The fact that it did get all the way up here to the 1618 does lead me to believe we are going to go a little bit higher after we pull back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to measure the length of the 3 using my fib tool. And again, measuring from the bottom of the 2 to the top of the 3, and then I'm going to be saying we're probably going to come down to either the 236 or the 382. I mean, your high probability zone for a wave 4 is the 382, but it is possible that we only come down to the 236. So I'm just going to remove a lot of this other stuff that we have on here, and just to kind of clean this up, get rid of the 786. Okay, so I'm just basically keeping our important wave here. So this is going to be our area that we're going to be looking for. We don't want to go any deeper than this. This is going to be where we want to pay attention and where we want to reaccumulate. Okay, so let me turn the screen because this is going to be a buying zone for us. And just kind of watching this, right? So if we overtake this 8760, if we overtake that price, we'll have to go back and reevaluate. But from what I can see here, again, going just back to back to our oscillators and everything, we've got the 3-hour that's overbought. We have the hourly, which is coming back into overbought zone, and it's probably going to be giving us some bearish divergence on the hourly. So last week we were talking about bullish divergence on the hourly, where we had a lower low on price, but our hourly stochastics printed a higher low. Okay, so that would be our bullish divergence, and now we're in the process of printing some bearish divergence. And although it's not confirmed yet, because the hourly stochastic is still looking like it's in an uptrend, which leads me to believe that this might not be done. But when we do resolve the top of this, I am expecting to come back to at least the 236. More than likely, it's going to come back here to the 382. And as far as support and resistance zones go, we do like to pay attention to those as well. We do have resistance here, which should turn into support. And then we also have this, which is more important if you ask me, this zone right here. So I want to pay attention to that one, because what I see here is let me zoom in here and just kind of show this to you, and then we'll go ahead and wrap things up for today. We had our first set of resistance here, second set of resistance. We had basically an hourly bar open there, closed there, and then an open. We pushed through it just a little bit, and we had some follow through, and when we came back, that was support. And you can also see this tested the hourly 21 exponential moving average. I do believe that that is the most important exponential moving average to pay attention to. Now, going back to the 3-hour, what we can see is the 3-hour 21 EMA is moving its way up ever so slowly, and over time this is going to hit and come up here to the 382. So this may take, right now we've got basically an hour left on this 3-hour candle, so you're saying 1 hour, and then plus 3 is 4 hours, plus 3 is 7 hours. So we could be talking about 7 to 10 hours before this 21 exponential gets up here into the 382 region. I would say that that is probably likely going to be where we do a retest of this 382. If it takes longer, we're probably just going to come up here to the 236. It depends on how long this takes to resolve. But right now, I am seeing some selling pressure coming in. If I go down here to the hourly, we can see there is decreasing buy volume, and then the sell volume is still looking pretty good. The last hourly candle that we just completed 10 minutes ago, it does look like a potential reversal is upon us, but we're going to have to see if we see an hourly close above 87.28. So if in the next 50 minutes we close above 87.28, then chances are pretty good we're going to go just a little bit higher. But again, I do think that we are overbought at this price. That doesn't mean that the price has to stop here and turn around and come back. It is possible that this goes just a little bit higher, but if we overtake 87.60, we're going to have to reevaluate. But for right now, I say we will come back down to somewhere between the 85.60 to 86.50. It's a pretty wide range. I would be setting smaller nibbles here at the top, and I'd set my larger buys down here at the bottom, because chances are pretty good we will come back down here over time, down to 85.65. This trade setup is invalidated if we overtake 87.60. And I will be always in the Discord, kind of keeping people updated on things. Yeah, so if you have any questions or anything, again, I'm in the Discord answering any questions. If you need an invite, go ahead and throw a comment out, and I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out for you. Otherwise, like, subscribe, share, all of that, and again, I'll keep you all updated. I'll be doing another Bitcoin video tomorrow, but I'm always active in the Discord, and I'm off to do some New York Stock Exchange analysis because we look like we're going to have a very, very interesting week ahead of us. So wherever you are in the world, have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night.